Have you ever seen a single outfit make millions of people stop scrolling at the exact same time? Because that's exactly what it felt like. Before anyone could even process what was happening, whispers started spreading across social media, and suddenly ARMY everywhere was asking the same question. Did Dior really prepare something incredibly special just for Jimin? You guys, can we talk about this? Because honestly, this wasn't just another fashion conversation. It didn't feel like people were reacting to expensive clothes or luxury branding. It felt like everyone had collectively sensed that something meaningful was unfolding. Something carefully planned. Something that seemed to capture the unique relationship between Jimin and one of the biggest luxury fashion houses in the world. And somehow, before anyone even had all the details, the internet was already on fire. The rumors didn't begin with a dramatic announcement. They started quietly. A glimpse. A detail. A silhouette that looked different from anything fans had seen before. Then another photo appeared. Then another angle. And suddenly people weren't discussing whether the outfit looked beautiful. They were asking why it looked so incredibly Jimin. Not just tailored. Not just luxurious. But almost as if every line, every texture, every movement had been imagined with him in mind. How does he even do that? How does one person make clothing stop looking like fashion and start looking like emotion? That's the part that completely fascinated everyone. Because if you've followed Jimin for years, you already know something extraordinary happens whenever he wears designer pieces. He never disappears behind luxury. Luxury somehow disappears behind him. The clothes don't wear Jimin. Jimin transforms the clothes. That's why fans immediately became emotional the moment conversations about a reportedly custom Dior design started spreading online. Because they remembered everything. Every unforgettable stage. Every airport appearance. Every red carpet. Every photoshoot where one simple glance somehow became more iconic than entire fashion campaigns. You know those moments when you look at a photograph and somehow you can almost hear the silence around it? That's the kind of feeling people were describing. There was something calm. Something elegant. Something incredibly soft. Yet somehow overwhelmingly powerful. The kind of presence that doesn't demand attention. It simply receives it. And that's always been Jimin's greatest strength. He never forces people to look. People simply can't look away. Honestly, that alone is fascinating. Millions of artists perform. Millions of celebrities wear luxury brands. But only a handful create moments where fashion itself becomes part of the story. And just when everyone thought the excitement couldn't possibly grow any bigger, fans started zooming in. Every stitch. Every accessory. Every tiny design detail. Social media timelines transformed into detective boards overnight. Threads became longer. Videos became slower. Photos were enlarged until individual fabric textures became conversation topics. Can we appreciate how adorable ARMY is sometimes? One tiny detail appears. And suddenly thousands of people become professional fashion analysts. Someone noticed the silhouette. Someone pointed out the balance between structure and softness. Someone else compared previous Dior collaborations. Then another fan highlighted how perfectly the proportions matched Jimin's elegant frame. Piece by piece, the excitement only grew. Not because anyone wanted to prove a rumor, but because people genuinely love witnessing the artistic connection between Jimin and fashion. That's what makes this different. This wasn't just hype. It felt like appreciation. Deep appreciation. Because fashion, for Jimin, has never simply been about looking expensive. It's storytelling. The way he walks. The way he gently adjusts a sleeve. The way his hands naturally rest in pockets. Even the smallest movement somehow feels intentional. Like watching choreography. Without music. Have you noticed that? Even standing completely still, he somehow looks like he's dancing. It's unbelievable. And perhaps that's exactly why so many fans felt emotional hearing discussions that Dior reportedly prepared something uniquely designed around him. Because when fashion houses work closely with artists, they're not simply creating clothing. They're trying to capture personality, aura, movement, presence. Things that cannot easily be measured. How do you design fabric for someone whose elegance changes depending on a single smile? How do you capture softness without losing strength? How do you create luxury without overwhelming simplicity? Those aren't easy questions. Yet every time Jimin appears, it somehow feels effortless. As if the outfit already understood him before he even put it on. That thought alone gave fans chills. And then came the reactions. Not the loud reactions. Those happened too. But something even more beautiful. Quiet admiration. Fans writing long messages about how proud they felt watching Jimin continue inspiring people around the world. Some remembered his early debut years. Others shared old photographs showing how much his confidence had grown. Many simply wrote, "He deserves this." Just 4 words. Yet somehow they carried years of memories. Years of hard work. Years of practice. Years of overcoming pressure that most people could never imagine. Because sometimes, we become so used to seeing global success that we forget the person standing inside it. Behind every elegant appearance, there was another rehearsal. Another exhausting schedule. Another flight. Another sleepless night. Another moment where he still smiled despite everything. That's why fans become emotional. Not because of brands. Because of journeys. And Jimin's journey has always felt incredibly human. He laughs with his members. He gets shy unexpectedly. He quietly comforts people around him. He celebrates others before himself. Those small moments remain unforgettable. So whenever another milestone appears, people don't only celebrate achievement. They celebrate growth. Growth they've witnessed for years. Honestly, that's beautiful. But wait. That still wasn't the moment everyone kept replaying. Because once more images started circulating, people noticed something impossible to ignore. The outfit didn't simply fit perfectly. It moved perfectly. Every step. Every turn. Every subtle shift of posture. The fabric seemed alive. Flowing naturally as if designed specifically around the rhythm of Jimin's body language. You guys. That's actually much harder to achieve than people realize. Great fashion looks beautiful standing still. Exceptional fashion remains beautiful while moving. And Jimin has always been movement. Grace. Balance. Precision. That's probably why so many comments repeated exactly the same sentence. It looks like it was made for him. Again. Whether officially confirmed or simply the overwhelming feeling people shared. That sentence echoed everywhere. And somehow, the emotional impact became bigger than the outfit itself. Because fans weren't simply looking at clothing anymore. They were witnessing recognition. Recognition for someone who has continuously inspired designers, photographers, choreographers, musicians, and audiences around the world through his artistry and individuality. Can you imagine what that must feel like? To spend years perfecting your craft. Only for people to eventually say, "We couldn't imagine anyone else wearing this." That's extraordinary. That's legacy beginning to take shape. And just when everyone thought emotions had reached their peak, another tiny moment stole the spotlight. Not a dramatic speech. Not flashing lights. Just Jimin being Jimin. That familiar smile. Gentle. Warm. Almost a little shy. The kind of smile that somehow makes millions of people smile back without even realizing it. How is that possible? Seriously. How? There's something incredibly comforting about the way he carries himself. Even surrounded by cameras, he somehow creates intimacy. Even standing among luxury, he somehow remains approachable. Perhaps that's why people connect with him so deeply. He's breathtaking, yet genuine. Elegant, yet humble. Global, yet incredibly human. And honestly, that combination is almost impossible to manufacture. That's why moments like these resonate far beyond fashion. They're reminders that authenticity never goes out of style. That kindness leaves an impression longer than trends. That grace becomes unforgettable when it's real. As conversations continued spreading, timelines filled with edits, slow-motion clips, emotional fan compilations, and heartfelt messages celebrating not only Jimin's visuals but the quiet confidence he has built over the years. Every new angle seemed to reveal another tiny detail. Another elegant movement. Another expression that fans couldn't stop talking about. And just when it seemed like everyone had already seen everything, someone discovered yet another moment that made the entire fandom pause once again.